What is up, beautiful people? I'm your favorite wolf brother, Methos Cushionata from the channel, Frost and Fist. Today I got another awesome battle report for you guys, and today I'm going to face the Astra Millitarum, facing one of my favorite guys at the shop. His name is Atlas. He's a newcomer to the hobby, but last month he came in second place at a local tournament, so he's already doing some pretty big things on the scene. He's really enjoying his Imperial Guard, and I'm really excited to see someone new, excited and in the mix, and doing it big on the hobby side of things. And not only is he playing well, but he's hobbying well. He's doing amazing work with green stuff, things I would never have imagined. He doesn't have one in this video I'm going to show you, but he's actually working on a replica of a head from Attack on Titan, which I think is pretty awesome to see. And you're going to see a couple of his sergeants that are specialty. One with a duster and cowboy hat, which is pretty cool. Another sergeant that's done up with green stuff to look like a Jedi Master. So really cool. I really enjoy playing with Atlas. He's a great guy, and I love the work with green stuff he's doing on these models. So we're going to go check out this battle with the Imperial Guard. Now, I'm running my same 1500 point Space Wolves army that I have been lately, and I'm really hoping this will be my last 1500 point for a while, because I want to get some more points on the table. I'm really excited to try and fit that Iron Wolf on that Iron Priest on Thunderwolf done up for me by the legendary and epic Edict Beer. I've actually only got to put him in a couple of games, but for different reasons, I never have gotten to play a full game with that Iron Priest, because sometimes one time the shop had to close a little early, one time my opponent had to leave, and then one time, of course, we just ran out of time playing when I got to play against Richard and Raz with my main man Freak on our trip. We just ran out of time halfway through the game, so I'm excited to get him in a full game. But that's not today. Like I said, it's going to be my last 1500 point game for a while, and then I'm going to try and seek out some higher point games so I can fit in that Iron Priest. Anyways, let's take a look at my list. Let's take a look at my opponent's list, and then we'll go to the match. Ready? Alright guys, we got here my main man named Atlas. And Atlas is going to hold up the world with these Imperial Guard members.
We have one tank command squad, two battle cannons.
Two battle cannons.
Two of them are actual battle cannons, sorry. One of them is the Punisher cannon.
And one is the Punisher. Is that Pask the Punisher?
That is Knight Commander Pask, yes.
Knight Commander Pask and a Punisher.
He has, technically has, what, 5 heavy bolters, and one, oh Lord, what is that called? Another turret round weapon. Then we got, over here, we got one engine seer, along with a servitor with a turbo arm. We got one veteran squad.
Veteran squad?
3 melta guns.
Wow, lots of melta.
1 autocannon. And the sergeant has a plasma pistol and a power sword.
That autocannon has done some work for you in the past.
Yes, it has. It also comes with a flamer, head bolter, and a dozer.
Excellent.
Then over here on this next veteran squad, we have 1 heavy flamer, 2 regular flamers, along with an autocannon. It has a Lord Commissar with plasma pistol and a power sword, along with a sergeant with a plasma pistol and a power sword.
Sounds tough.
Yes, they're going inside the Chimera as well with heavy bolter, flamer, and dozer.
All right.
We have our third veteran squad with sergeant having a plasma pistol.
I like that custom trench coat and cowboy hat on the sergeant.
Thank you. We also have a plasma gun on one of them. And we're actually sending the Premier Cycle with that squad. And they're also accompanied with a blast cannon. Then we have an armored sentinel with a autocannon and a Hellstorm missile.
Awesome.
We have another veteran squad that's bare bones, except for the sergeant has a bolt pistol. And then last one, up top here, this is actually Rattling
Okay, rattling.
All snipers. Generally starts with 3. We added a few more points to add 2.
Sounds cool. 1,500 points of Imperial Guard. And we'll go to deployment next. All right, guys, we're going to take a look at deployment. We are hammer and anvil. So this deployment is hammer and anvil. We're going long ways down the table. The game is tactical escalation. You can see here on the back line, Pask and his 2 battle cannon tanks. Okay, up above, got an auto cannon and a squad of guardsmen.
Last cannon, 2 auto cannons.
We got a Chimera, and this is a veteran squad?
Yeah.
A Chimera and a veteran squad. Over on this side, we've got another Chimera. Of course, all the Chimeras are full of troops. And one interesting detail I was taking a look at, this is your sergeant?
Yeah.
This sergeant is wearing Jedi robes and has a Dooku lightsaber. How badass is that? Dooku's lightsaber is my favorite lightsaber, fun fact. And one armored sentinel right here with his missile and autocannon ready to be a badass. And of course, these are the troops that are riding in the Chimera. Going down to the Space Wolf side of the table. Oh, the Rattlings. Have you deployed those Rattlings yet? Okay. Going down to the Space Wolf side of the table, we got cavalry at the front of the line. We've got the Daka Predator up top, ready to lay down some fire. There's the Rhino full of Grey Hunters, and today the Wolf Guard battle leader will be represented by Sergeant Tataz, veteran of the war against cancer. There is my Land Raider, and looking in close, my Dreadnought hiding behind the Land Raider. And in the back I've got my Land Speeder. We don't want that to be targeted with the battle cannon, right? So, we are going to try and seize the initiative. And my dice are on the other side of the table.
Your lucky ones.
All right, guys, let's see if I can seize the initiative on a 6-up. That is a big number 2, so it's going to be Imperial Guard, turn 1. All right, a productive round for the Imperial Guard. You can see the tanks started moving forward. Guys up top stay the same.
If you pay for it, you can change the names of water.
The Psyker here did get off prescience and what was the other one?
Then you add stuff, and it's so much easier than having to flip through your pages of your book. Yeah, I'll do it.
Perfect timing.
Prescience and perfect timing, but he did perils and already take a wound. This battle cannon here, we come across the battlefield, killed 1 wolf cavalry, even with the shield. This heavy bolter over here took another health off of a cavalry.
I don't want anybody like.
What else was it?
Be like, especially that play town.
The auto cannon out of the top.
And the auto cannon out of the Chimera dealt another wound. So we are already down 2 Thunderwolves. It is the top of the first round, and I am already throwing a ton of 1s. So we are about to remove these dead soldiers. Make a leadership check, and we are going to go into turn 1 Space Wolves. All right, a productive round for Space Wolves turn 1. This is still anyone's game because we both had some pretty strong starts. So,
I really don't want to like.
some
You don't have a deck, so we can't do the.
you can see here what was left of my cavalry moved up.
Setups are like really annoying.
My poor wolf companion died in the Overwatch fire.
It's roll for size. Who was
The Rhino and the
sides?
Land Raider moved up.
I'm rookie. Stay here.
Holding objectives.
Roll some.
Land Speeder and Predator stayed back.
3.
And carnage all over the battlefield.
3. I'll go first.
The Land Speeder and the DACA Predator killed 3 soldiers on this veteran squad. That 3-up armor, though, did manage to soak up a lot of wounds. That was really good. The Wolfen came in and smashed this Chimera, and whole squad got out. So they may be taking vengeance with a load of fire next round. That wreckage there in the middle is where another Chimera used to be, but it exploded.
Killed a Meltagun,
So, force explanation.
Sergeant, and a Boxcaster.
There you go, killed a Meltagun, Sergeant, and Boxcaster, all in the explosion of the Chimera. So it was a pretty good turn for the Space Wolves. And
Belial and Interrogator.
you can see over here, this Iron Priest, barely within 3 inches of this objective, scoring a point. So looking at it, we've got 4 points. We've got 2 points, First Blood, and objective number 3, Space Wolves turn 1. Let's see what the retaliation is from the Imperial Guard as Atlas goes into Imperial Guard turn 2.
Sergeant has a Tommy grab. So 3 into that.
Another productive round for the Imperial Guard, and they may have stopped
And they are
Space Wolf momentum early.
Let's set the end of this.
Look on this side of the board. 2 Wolfen go down due to heavy flamers,
I'm gonna put my final 2.
plasma, and Melta,
See the feeder.
and autocannon.
You still have 2 charges left, right? You still have 3 charges left.
Yes.
Okay.
See the tanks
You could have.
came around so they could get clear shots on the cavalry, and the cavalry is down. Let me tell you guys, I rolled a lot of 1s over here, and my wolves are gone.
So my final 2 Methos.
The Rattlings moved up so that way they could be on top of this objective.
I get it on 2.
Imperial Guard moved over here to contest an objective with the Iron Priest. Iron Priest held his ground. He did take a wound though, so you can't afford many more.
Because you have to get 2.
Could be anybody's game.
Just an aura.
Let's see what happens when we go on to Space Wolf turn 2.
You test for leadership. All they have to test for leadership is within that range.
By the way, I forgot to mention just a second ago, but because of the Warlord slain, that Wolf Lord did go down. That brings Atlas up to 1 point. So it's a very close game. Space Wolves 2 points, Imperial Guard 1 point. So let's see if we can change the score going into Space Wolves turn 2. All right, Space Wolves turn 2, and man, for only 2 turns, a lot of destruction has happened on both sides.
He moves everything else is firing.
Over here, this veteran squad, we realized we made an error with the armor saves here. It is not a 3-up, so they died off in some flamer from the Dreadnought and some combat afterwards.
Walker's not like odd.
Over here, the Land Raider put in a ton of fire to this squad over here, and the Wolfen cleaned up in combat. You can see, after demolishing this squad of dead soldiers, the Wolfen pressed themselves as flat as they could against the wall because they know firepower's coming next. Over here,
Oh, okay. Can still fire
the Speeder scored objective number 2, and we backed the Rhino up next to it, so that way all 3 vehicles are there for the hold the line objective. So this round I scored objective 2 and I scored hold the line. Space Wolves 4 points and Imperial Guard 1 point. But there's a lot of firepower coming, so the Imperial Guard could catch up as we go to Imperial Guard turn 3.
And the guy didn't die, so.
And the thing is, should I go for this bike?
I'm gonna go back there.
All right, as we go Imperial Guard turn 3, this round the Imperial Guard took out more Imperial Guard than they did the Space Wolves. So, looking over on this side, we've removed the dead bodies. You can see it's a pretty clear field here. The Rattling snipers have moved up, trying to get a better position. Okay, over here, you'll notice one of the sergeants, the cowboy sergeant, killed himself with his plasma gun.
Don't be discouraged when you see mine.
Over here, we had the psyker. He perils for the second time and killed himself. And he killed the plasma guy over here. So 3 casualties during this turn on the Imperial Guard side. Oh, the battle cannons over here and the autocannon from the Sentinel did remove my land speeder at the top. So now I no longer have objective number 2 secured. Will that change what happens in Space Wolves round 3? We'll take a look.
Oh, you know how you handle type?
So Space Wolves turn 3. Not a lot left on the board on either side, but it was a massacre nonetheless. So here, the Dreadnought continued holding this objective. The Rhino pulled up to where the land speeder died and held objective number 2. Number 6 is underneath the DACA Predator.
Worth a shot. Okay, so
they did a lot of shooting at the Ratlings, but with their stealth and inside that build, you know, those ruins there, they had a 3-up save and only killed off 2, and they made their leadership like a boss. Here, between the Land Raider pouring fire in and the Wolfen sweeping in to clean up, this squad died of Imperial Guard. They were all massacred. You can see the dead bodies piling on the walls. Wolfen up top, celebrating their victory on the bodies of the autocannon guys. This we broke last turn, and they are still running. But don't think I'm going to make it over to the Warlord. In fact, now Pask can see the Wolfen at the top of the tower. Maybe a mistake. But with all those things, we scored many objectives this turn. Okay, so for holding that many objectives, we scored Ascendancy.
It's like the Necron.
And we rolled for 3 points. Scored objective number 6 and objective number 2. So that brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 points so far for the Space Wolves. Can the Imperial Guard bring it back together, drawing 4 new objectives this turn? It's possible as we go on to Imperial Guard turn 4. All right, so we're looking at a productive round for the Imperial Guard. The Guard on the back line finally rallied, and they moved up to objective secure, objective number 5 here. Not only did that allow him to score number 5, but it also gave him ascendancy, which he scored 2 more points on.
They automatically get split.
Commander Pask poured Punisher fire into the Wolfen and killed 2 more Wolfen. So they did, but the Wolfen pack leader made the leadership check.
There's actually, and they have fear, they have fearless.
The Ratlings moved over and claimed an objective, which helped towards the ascendancy.
I could fire the cannon that then staggered to death.
The Armored Sentinel moved over to take out the Rhino, but failed to do any wounds. So that brings our man Atlas up to 5 points. So it still could be anyone's game depending on what we draw when we go on to Space Wolves turn 4. And then when it turns to turn 5, Atlas will have the chance to draw 5 new objectives, so we'll see. All right, let's check out Space Wolves turn 4. All right, Space Wolves turn 4, another productive round. So over here, I drew objective number 6 where the DACA Predator is sitting once again, so that was a free point. I got ballsy with my terrain checks and drove over the Chimera with the Land Raider and used it to shoot the crap out of the Tech Priest. But I ran straight into the crater and failed that terrain check. The Tech Priest, or my Iron Priest is inside, so he'll be able to repair that next turn. Over here, the one Wolfen threw himself into the glory of battle, jumped down and killed this Imperial Guard squad, and then ducked as far as he could, consolidating after the battle because he knows the tanks are coming next. But there's plenty more dead Imperial Guards on this side. Can you bring it back, ladies and gentlemen? Well, let's look at the board. It is 10-5 right now, so we'll see what happens when he draws 5 objectives going into turn 5.
Bring out his knight, and I'll bring out my sword. How much is sword hurt?
I forgot to mention that the Rhino pulled up, and Sergeant Tatas with his Frost Fury, and 3 bolter shots, 2 from the Storm Bolter and 1 out the firing port. All that firepower took out a couple of the Ratlings, and the one lone survivor Ratling is running the full 12 inches. He is booking it. He looked around the battlefield and said, "Hey guys, who's left?" Well, the tanks and Johnny's out there in the chicken walker. So he said, "Screw this," and he started booking it. Let's see if he restores his honor going into turn 5. Alright guys, so we took a look at the objectives for Imperial Guard turn 5, and with just the tanks and the chicken walker left on the table, the armored sentinel, turns out the Imperial Guard are only going to be able to score 2 points at the max. So since it's 10-5, we're going to go ahead and call it here. Atlas. There we go. Great game, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, we are back, and I thought that was a really fun battle. I mean, the tanks were definitely mean. I was not expecting to lose my whole cavalry and my warlord so early in the game, and I definitely had to change up the game plan. And honestly, the game plan just kind of came down to ignoring and trying to avoid the big tanks. And I guess that worked out for me in the end. Again, playing the objectives was a huge help to me, and what was really a huge help to me is that my opponent just got really unlucky with card draws, and he didn't pull that many objectives on his side of the table. Let me tell you, if he had drawn more objectives where his tanks were sitting, I would have been in a lot of trouble. But sometimes that's just the the break of the game, is you get unlucky with the objectives sometimes. I think my next battle report I'm going to do, I think we're going to go for one without the Maelstrom cards. I think we'll go for something like the Relic or something like that, just to shake it up. And so that way, it won't come down so much to what cards we draw. I do love the Maelstrom games. I do love playing with my deck of cards because you never know what's coming next. That adds kind of a different spice to the game than just outrightly being shot to pieces or hammered to death in the face. It can definitely add that next level of strategy. But I think we'll try and keep it fresh and work in some different game types. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this game as much as I enjoyed playing with Atlas. And if you liked this battle report, then grab up an axe and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. And drop me down some comments below letting me know what you thought of this game. Because, like I said, I had a lot of fun and I want to know what you think. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, this humble wolf brother would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys, stay frosty.